Okay guys, getting ready to work on the broken portal on Gen 8 right there. So I got my 1.5 millimeter out and pulling all the little screws out right now. So it's 6 screws, 3 on each side. And nope, that came off pretty quick. And it feels kind of dragging. Well, the bearings are seized up. I'll tack it a few more screws. Take the steering link off. Pull that out. Yes. Okay. Yep, sheared the cup off. Ew. That's ugly. And get this thing turned the right direction. Pull it up. Get the hole lined up. It's in there. And then what you do is you take your bearing, you push your bearing over it, and that keeps the pin in place. And that is it. Because that way it'll keep everything in place for me while I'm trying to pull the pins out. I'm trying to see why this is acting the way it is. And the bearing is frozen. That bearing is seized up. That's what broke the portal. The bearing seized. Well guys, guess I'm ordering some bearings. Okay guys, so you saw where the bearing was seized up. And so I went ahead and replaced the bearing here. And I'm thinking that I'm going to replace all the bearings just because the bearing that was like this one was seized up. And I think that's what broke the gear here, which this is the new one now. I already put this back together. So, but I wanted to tell you guys something. So Redcat sells the bearings. So a package of 2 was gonna cost me like 10 bucks. Well, Traxxas sells similar bearings that are identical, they fit perfect. But the cool part about it is, it's got the silicone around here. It's a seal bearing, better than the Redcat one was. So therefore, what happens is, a package of 2 is like 5 bucks. So I got 4 for 10. So that's what we're gonna be doing, is I'm gonna be replacing the bearings and all the way around. I'm gonna take the marine grease that I used on all my stuff and grease this so we won't have an issue. And grease there, as well as here too. Give it a good smidge of grease. And so what we're going to do now, put this lid back on, is we're going to put this back on the truck. All right, so put this in and clean off all this excess grease that's going to seep out. And bring my screws over. And I need my 1.5 millimeter. Okay. All 6 in. And now time to put steering back in play and the shock. And then we're going to go to the other side, take it apart, change it out as well. So the way this works is I shouldn't have to, really junk in here. I shouldn't have to take anything else apart except the 6 screws. Okay, taking the last of the 6 screws out, dropping them in the tray, and we're going to pull this out. And I'm telling you guys, this thing's dry. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's really super dry. I mean, anyway, so shouldn't have to do much here other than take the hex off. Okay. And the little pin is buried in this junk here. Oh my God, there's like hair galore. So what we're going to do is we're going to push this pin out, take this gear out, and take this bearing out. And so, as you can see, the bearing, it does seem to have some kind of a cover here and so forth, but dude, this one don't feel like it's moving either, is it? Holy cow. I think it's bearing stuck too. Show you. If I stick this in here, it spins freely. If I do that to this one, it doesn't spin at all. Another seized up bearing, guys. So, actually, let me do something before I pop that in there. So both sides. Okay, so I'm going to put it in here, pop it in place. We're going to take the gear, set it back in place, take and drop the axle back through here. Oh my gosh, so nice and smooth. Hey guys, I don't know, I mean, he told me he didn't, but I've just never seen bearings seize up like this unless you've been running in salt water or something. It just feels like, you know what? I remember seeing photos of this thing being on the beach. I mean, you don't have to run it through the water, but when you're close enough to the beach, that could have an impact. All right. Just put that together. And put the 6 screws back in place. connects back together too. Put the tire back on, and we're going to go to the back and do the same thing. All right, time for the rear. Now I'm kind of anxious to see how bad this is going to be. Look at this thing. I'm going to pop this out. Look at all this yummy. I mean, don't get me wrong, my trucks get that too, but I do tend to try to clean them out. It's off as well. See if I can do this fast enough. That's it. Okay. So this feels like it's turning pretty good, and I'm actually seeing grease in this one, but I'm still changing out the bearings, and I'll show you the difference between these two. Bearing out, and we'll see the difference. Now I'm going to take and stick it on the needle nose. Yeah, see, this one's working good. That bearing is actually really good. So this one I might hang on to just for a backup if in a pinch you need a bearing or somebody needs a bearing. Clean all this gunk out here. I'll put my own gunk in it. So the part number, the Traxxas part number is 5117. Okay guys, get ready to test her out. Okay, let me put this on the bumper so you guys can see it. Back up everything. There you go, guys. All right, that's it. So I got it fixed, and there you go, guys. Remember, grease is your friend. I have to, let's see here. All right. There it is, guys. There it is. The Gen 8 is up and running. So now we can do a video, a comparison video. And that way you guys can see the AX system versus that. And for you guys to keep blaming that loud noise on the AX system, it's not the AX system. You heard this, there's no AX system in it, it's loud. So it's just the gearing on this truck. So anyway, the CVA put gear pins, there's your part number. And then the bearings that I switched to by Traxxas is that part number. So guys, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and remember, have fun with RCs.